Do you ever feel like you're not able to participate in English conversations or you're afraid to try?
Sometimes English learners feel like they're observing or not actually taking part in a conversation, or that they don't understand everything that's being said and everything that's being communicated.
Today, we're going to review some advanced English expressions. This will help you take your learning from intermediate to advanced English.
It will help you so that you don't feel as if you're in the dark. In the dark is actually our first expression.
In the dark is similar to saying to be left out.
If someone's in the dark, they don't understand or know everything that's happening. If we were to sum it up in one word, it would be
excluded.
Excluded, that's a good one.
In the dark is an expression that is pretty common. Another common English expression that you might hear is on the other hand.
On the other hand is used to contrast one idea with another.
An example of using on the other hand is, I really wanted soup, but on the other hand, I think I want something a little more hearty.
Someone could say, I want to learn English and it's difficult. On the other hand, if you practice every day, it gets easier and easier.
We promise it does. To summarize, on the other hand, with one word would be alternatively.
Another common English expression is as luck would have it.
As luck would have it, I found a penny on the ground the other day.
I went in to buy some groceries and as luck would have it, all the produce was on sale.
Nice.
So as luck would have it is saying that luckily or thankfully something happened.
Another word for as luck would have it is luckily. This next expression is something that you might hear English speakers use, and that is, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry.
This is a sarcastic comment that's comparing what you're doing with something that's very boring, like watching paint dry, which is obviously not very exciting. Another similar phrase is, it's about as exciting as watching grass grow.
That's a good one too.
If we were to sum it up in one word, it would be boring.
Boring, yeah. I think that would be a good one.
If something's boring.
Yeah. An example of it's about as exciting as watching paint dry is,
we sat through the entire presentation and it was about as exciting as watching paint dry.
Hopefully you don't feel like this video is as exciting as watching paint dry.
Hopefully. Another advanced English expression is look on the bright side.
To look on the bright side is to look at the positives in the situation.
Yeah, to be optimistic, to look at the bright side instead of the dark side.
So an example of to look on the bright side is the paint that I chose for the walls didn't turn out to be the exact shade that I actually chose, but on the bright side, it actually turned out better than I thought, and I'm going to keep it. Expressions are a great way of learning word chunks.
Or groups of words. And memorizing or learning commonly used words that are used together is one of our 12 strategies to improve your English. We have a link in the description box to this free PDF. Go and download it and use all 12 methods to increase your English fluency consistently and rapidly.
The next one is something you actually might hear. It is something that's kind of common. You would usually hear it from someone who's more close to you. You wouldn't usually hear this from someone who's not a close acquaintance. And that is, they gave me a dirty look.
A dirty look. This is a common phrase. So what is a dirty look?
Well, it's not the same as being dirty, like with actual dirt. It's to give someone a look where you're disapproving or you're upset or you're not happy with that person. That would be all examples of giving them kind of a dirty look, a look that's not a look that you would want someone to give you.
Another word for dirty look might be a sneer or to cast shade.
Yeah, those are two really good ones.
Disapproval is a perfect word to sum it up.
Yeah.
The next advanced English expression is good as new.
An example of this is I broke my cell phone and I got it repaired and it's as good as new. Good as new means that something breaks and then it's fixed and it's good as the original condition that it was in. So, good as new.
It's as if it's brand new.
The next expression is for what it's worth.
For what it's worth. This one is a little more complicated, but it's, I would say, a common expression.
Yeah.
For what it's worth is usually said at the end or at the beginning of a statement of opinion. So if you're saying your opinion of something, you could qualify it or add in the phrase for what it's worth, meaning take my opinion for what it's worth, or with a grain of salt is another expression.
So, for example, if I really didn't like a recipe, I could say to Dan, for what it's worth, I would not try that recipe. It's disgusting. The next expression isn't that common. You might hear English speakers use it, and it's to walk the walk. To walk the walk means to lead by example. You're actually walking the walk. You're actually doing what you say.
Yeah, I would say it's contrasting to talk the talk, which is just words. Words are meaningless. If you're walking the walk, you're doing what is needed. Mm-hmm. You're doing something positive. You are an example of positivity, of doing what's right. I would say this is a little more common in sports and in business. It's a common phrase. Another common expression is a dime a dozen. This means that something is very common and not very valuable. So a dime a dozen would be, we were on vacation and we were going to buy some souvenirs, but we decided not to. They're a dime a dozen. They're not very valuable.
The next expression you might hear, it's pretty common. It's a walk in the park. And it means that it's easy. It's a walk in the park. It's something that is not very difficult.
I took the exam today and I passed. It was a walk in the park. The next one is quite common. It is a diamond in the rough.
A diamond in the rough means exactly what you think it would. You have something that's kind of rough, but there's a diamond kind of underneath all of that.
To find something that's exceptional, something that is valuable or really good, really positive amongst things that are negative or not very good or valuable.
This next one is time will tell. Time will tell means that over time, something will reveal itself to be either true or not true.
This is usually something that we would say after an opinion or a statement. And it means that time will reveal the truth of whether or not it's factual, or time will reveal whether or not it's true.
I'm really hoping for a promotion at work, but time will tell.
This next advanced English expression is usually something somebody would say at the end of a list of things. Somebody would say at the end of a list of things or statements, and it's so on and so forth, which means more things like this. So you could say, we went to the store to buy groceries and some school supplies and so on and so forth. You're really just saying that instead of listing all of the things you went shopping for. Another common phrase would be etc.
Yeah, I think
so on and so forth, etc.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, actually French, but we use it a lot in English as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of overlap with some words in other languages. We use them in English as well sometimes.
We do adopt a lot of words.
We do, yeah. So this is something I don't personally use a lot, but
I do.
So why don't you introduce this one?
The whole shebang. So shebang isn't even a word, I don't think. It's not even an actual word, but this means the whole thing, the whole package, the whole list. Another word would be shoot and match, the whole shoot and match.
Yeah. It's one of those words that's kind of fun to say, like the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
Shebang, yeah.
Yeah, you could say, we went to the camping store, we bought a tent, we bought a cooler, we bought fishing rods, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
Everything you needed for camping, we went and bought.
Yeah. The next expression is not too shabby. Not too shabby is one of those expressions that
It means not too bad or better than expected. I bought the computer secondhand and it was really inexpensive, but it's not too shabby. There are few things that are as useful when you're learning English as speaking with a fluent English speaker and getting one-on-one conversation practice and coaching.
it's so important to have regular English practice. And if you want to become fluent and to get to that next stage towards English fluency, I know a lot of people struggle, especially at that intermediate stage, trying to get from that hurdle of being intermediate to advanced. And that's why studying with someone and having an individualized study plan is so important.
This is something that we're able to help you with. If you go to our website, englishperfectus.com, you'll see our options for live one-on-one conversation practice. It's all online and we have a flexible schedule. So if you have a reason to improve your English, perhaps it's for work, perhaps it's you've recently moved to an English-speaking neighborhood or area, perhaps it's just for fun. If you have a reason to become fluent in English, to go from intermediate to advanced, go to our website and see how we can help.
The next expression is tough as nails. And as you know, nails are really, really strong. So to be tough as nails is an expression that means to be really strong or tough.
We should point out that it's not fingernails, it's nails as in hammer and nails, something that you use to build. But yeah, it means that you're really tough, tough as nails. The next advanced English expression is fit like a glove. This is used because a glove usually fits very well. So if something fit like a glove, it was a perfect fit. It was a perfect match.
I ordered a pair of boots online. I was a little concerned, but they fit like a glove.
It can also be used for more conceptual ideas. So something like, I took on this new job and I was very nervous, but it fits like a glove.
The next expression is written in stone.
If something is written in stone, you cannot change it. If you think about something that's written in stone, you can't erase it, you can't change it. So if something's written in stone, it's a hard rule, it's unchangeable.
It's permanent.
It's permanent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So if something's not written in stone, then it's something that can be changed. An example of written in stone is...
They wanted to change the rules of the game, but they couldn't. They were written in stone.
That's a good one.
The next one is another fun one that I'm not sure is actually a word, and it's a hankering. So what is a hankering?
It's like a playful way of saying that you crave something, I think.
Yeah.
So I have a hankering for some chips. Is a way of using hankering.
Yeah, it means that you crave something, that you want something. You've got a hankering for it.
The next one might not be an expression that is as commonly used as some of the other ones that we're mentioning today, but it's to tip your hand.
To tip your hand comes from poker, and it's if you're tipping your hand forward and revealing your cards. So to tip your hand is to unknowingly show your intent or to unknowingly reveal something. So you could say, we were in negotiations and it got pretty tough, but they tipped their hand and I knew exactly what they wanted.
The next expression is he was beaming. Just like a lot of English words, some words have more than one meaning depending on the sentence that they're in, depending on the context in which you're using that word. So he was beaming means that he was happy, he was joyous.
Another word that might be used is glowing. He was glowing. He was very happy.
He was very happy. He was beaming. Just like sun rays beam light, he was beaming. You could see it on his face.
The next advanced English phrase is to dig deep. To dig deep means that you're mustering up the courage or the will to do something. You're digging deep into what you have to prevail, to go on, and to continue.
So an example of this is
she had to go up and do the presentation in front of 50 people, so she had to dig deep to find the courage.
So the next expression is to break the bank. So it means to overspend, to spend something you don't have, or to go over your budget. You're breaking the bank.
We went to go buy a car and looked at a whole bunch of options, but we broke the bank and bought the new convertible.
Nice. Would be nice.
To break the bank.
Oh, yeah.
The next expression is to put it all on the table.
To lay it all out.
Exactly. If you put everything on the table, everything can be seen, everything is shown. There's nothing that's being hidden. I went in for a job interview and they asked me my salary expectations and I put it all on the table. I let them know exactly what I wanted.
So this next expression is something that is not as common. You might hear some English speakers use it, and it's pie in the sky. And Dan will explain that one to you.
If something's pie in the sky, for example, a pie in the sky idea is an ambitious idea. It's shooting for the stars. It's something that's almost a dream, something that's not likely to happen, but it's something that you're hoping for, that you're aiming for.
We hope these expressions helped you. So if you hear someone say these expressions, you know what they mean and how you can use them yourself.
If you have any interesting advanced English expressions, leave it in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your advanced expressions.
Thank you so much to those of you who have commented on our videos and have watched and subscribed. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Until next time, keep learning.
And we'll talk soon.